Hi, it's Lily Gundaka. Unlock your dream job. Essential motivation and communication tips. Have you been wondering who works at the United Nations and how they got there? Have you ever thought that you could do a better job and started scheming about all the things you could do differently? Have you considered applying for a job at the UN and then retreated? Welcome to Lily Gundaka presenting Dream Job UN, where dreams meet reality. Today, we're diving into the essentials, elements you need to unlock your dream job at the United Nations. On my channel, I share a diversity of experiences which led me to my dream job at the United Nations. This video is to portray the large variety of opportunities the UN offers and how even ordinary people can make a valuable contribution. You'll never get a job at the UN, is what I was told by one of my NGO colleagues. So, the importance of motivation? Your motivation is of primary significance. If you want a job at the UN, you need to be clear and dedicated. You need to be prepared to invest your time and your life. You need to be prepared to wait and to travel. You need to be flexible, tolerant, understanding, and never forget why you want to work for the United Nations. At the United Nations, you'll meet people from many different countries with different cultures, backgrounds, beliefs, and values. You'll see people wearing strange clothes, and many will have different skin colour and mother tongue. Their taste in food and music is different. I worked at the UN for 10 years, and I continue to support current staff members in communication and leadership training skills through my Toastmasters Club at the UN. I also support my NGO in its consultative status with project implementation and social media presence. I stand for mutual prosperity through universal values. Let's look at motivation with 5 subpoints. First, passion for global impact. Do you have a passion to do good and know that you can contribute to improve the world? I was an NGO representative at the UN in Vienna, and a colleague of mine told me I would never land a UN job. Then in between jobs, I was supporting the UN ODC Drugs Commission Crime Conference Beyond 2008 in cooperation with the UN staff members as a volunteer. I led a team of young interns, also volunteers, who helped with the final preparations before conference registration. It was the first large NGO conference at the UN in Vienna, where the NGO representatives were the delegates and the member states were invited as observers. It's usually the other way around, and NGO reps are observers. The following year, I was employed by the IAEA. I made it! You can too. What do you think the UN stands for? The UN was established after World War II to eliminate the scourge of war. We see that this need is still a major requirement in our age. The opening website, un.org, says, peace, dignity, and equality on a healthy planet. Have you been triggered by these issues? Do you have a desire to make a positive impact on a global scale? These are the candidates who are most likely to find fulfillment in UN roles. Resilience in the face of challenges. It is not always easy to be speaking a foreign language all day. Working with people of a different culture, in an atmosphere quite different to the one you grew up in. You need to be prepared to continue investing yourself even after being put down a number of times. Working at the UN often involves addressing global issues that may not have straightforward solutions. This is resilience. Get up again, and again, and again. Adaptability to diverse environments. If you haven't travelled to foreign countries, you'll make your experiences of international relations at the UN. There is a quota system where citizens of certain countries get priority if those countries are underrepresented at the UN. Be prepared to learn, to grow, to experience diverse and multicultural environments. Cultivate your adaptability and open-mindedness. Your colleagues will have their challenges too. Your motivation is key in embracing different perspectives and working harmoniously with people from various backgrounds. Commitment to Sustainable Development Goals. Do you know about the SDGs? The Sustainable Development Goals are a prime motor of current UN strategies and programs. Get yourself informed and motivated. When your personal values and motivation align with the broader goals of the UN, you are more likely to find purpose and satisfaction in your role. Continuous learning and growth. Your desire to join the UN should go beyond that first job offer. In this age of lifelong learning, be aware that that is only the first step. Your motivation to continue learning will ensure further development and satisfaction. This will tie you into the UN's emphasis on ongoing professional development. So what's the mindset needed for a successful career at the United Nations? Education and expertise. You'll discover that people working for the United Nations have a very wide variety of educational backgrounds. Once employed at the UN, there are also many further development opportunities. I haven't counted the number of courses I attended in the span of 10 years I worked for the IAEA. Some of my colleagues attended full-fledged professional training courses in exotic places, fully paid by the UN. Of course, these were the ones deemed most suitable, so stay motivated. Experience and initiative. People come into the UN system from all areas of life, all stages of professional progression, and many different vocational directions. People working at headquarters range from the member states' representatives to the secretariat to junior professional officers, interns, managerial and administrative staff. By taking initiative and showcasing unique experiences, you can stand out and gain a reputation as a subject matter expert. I was invited by my supervisor to become the Staff Council representative due to my communication and relationship reputation. Government and policy work. It is important to understand government and policy work. The UN works with all world governments. Your bread and butter depends on governments paying their dues. Trailblazing work and initiative. Your motivation and vision may initiate a whole new direction in the UN system. With best practice models, many new concepts have been initiated. I recruited a professional colleague of mine to be Staff Council representative. Despite my junior ranking, she was very grateful to me for the opportunity this gave her. She's now working for UN headquarters in New York. Motivational tips for UN job seekers. My tips to you if you're looking for a job at the UN. Be clear in your desire. Decide, how badly do you want to work at the UN? What price are you prepared to pay? Will you go overseas? Will you travel? Can you start now? Can you wait a year for your job offer? Thanks to WFWP for my NGO experience. Mayors for Peace for a short interlude. I got some insight before starting at the UN. My journey was a long trial of many applications, which then initially only gave me a short temporary contract with IAEA. Be patient, be persistent, be resilient. On conclusion, never give up. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Know that every rejection brings you closer to your ultimate successful offer. Get some NGO experience or even local government or community backgrounding. Let me know what you think. Have you had a different experience? Let me know in the comments below this video. Remember, your journey at the UN is not just a job. It's a commitment to a better world. Stay motivated, stay determined. Check out un.org and other sites and get yourself informed. Lily signing off.